Well, hello and welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Entities Arena. Today we are here with Week 4. Week 4 of the Entities Arena. Our game 1 is going to be on the Groaning Storehouse. Currently, right now, we have DH Cookie. Some of you may recognize him. He is the co-owner of this league, who is currently in Jay's near the main building. They're trying to find somebody to take them down, but they are going to decide to leave. We see somebody that's on the hill, and then we see the Nancy here in the main building. We're going to go ahead and go for the chase here, and they're going to get a hit over at that vault location, and Nancy's going to be on their way. Now we're going to go ahead and pursue this little area, which we can see Corrupt Intervention is a perk that exists in this game. 3 generators are blocked. And trying to get the flick in, but unfortunately just not able to get it down. And so they're going to go ahead and put down their the rights of judgment, and just nothing's connecting quite yet. We don't know what exhaustion perk this person has, but we do already have a generator that has been completed. This Nancy did a very good job of ensuring that the chases went very far away. And we see 1, we see 2, we see 3. No! Oh, if you guys hear that, that was a corrupted gen. And that corrupted gen was taken by the entity. So we know deadlock has occurred. That is the second perk that we know of that has been brought into this game. And so there already has been an unhook by Celestials, and Cookie's going to go ahead and check out the area, try and see if this Cookie Monster can go ahead and complete the tunnel. And this Nancy is caught out. Now, another generator does get completed, but this Nancy is just wasting as much time as possible. And so one nodder necessary, so they're going to go ahead and pick up the Nancy. Nancy is not the one with decisive strike, so they are going to take their second. They are going to indeed take their second hook. And this one's going to be on Death Hook. Now this gen was deadlocked not once but twice. And so we have a very interesting matchup for those that don't know. This week we have Deadheads versus Celestials. Today, the first 2 games are going to be played on Groaning Storehouse, and the second 2 are going to be played on Shelter Woods. And so with that in mind, Cookie, I believe, is trying to secure the camp to death by doing some proxy camping, making sure nobody sneaks in behind him while he's not looking, while also defending 2 gens that are near him. One of them was deadlocked twice. And so he's just going to go back and he's just going to ensure. Now we do know that a gen in the very far off has just gone completed. We do see in that deep little pocket deadlock is taking its course. Now we do secure a camp to death. This is now a 3v1 with 2 gens remaining. And so Cookie's going to go back to, oh, I see. This is a 3 gen. This is a 3 gen that he's wanting to protect. And so it looks like that was the Nia that went ahead and just, stopped that gen from regressing. And so with that, they ran back inside just to ensure. Oh no, there was another gen. This other gen was being worked on. So they're starting to recognize. Oh, very nice hit coming in on the Michaela. Unfortunately, was not able to get the stun before the hit. And so they will be taking it. Now, we do have another generator popping. And I believe that gen that got popped was one in the very corner. Oh, what a very nice prediction by Cookie. And so we are going to go ahead and take another hook inside your 3-gen, which is going to be very dangerous for these survivors. So they're going to go ahead and check on this generator. It doesn't have that much progress, so Cookie's not really worried about it. This gen over here has been worked on a lot, and you see that it was just about to start a 3rd piston. No. So it's 2 pistons completed. And oh, someone's getting into a locker. I bet this Michaela is the one that has decisive strike, or they're faking it out and they are going to go for the Michaela, and with that they are going to get the hit, but are they going to commit? They decide to commit. They decide to commit for 1 flick, but then they decide to go ahead and leave. They're going to go back to this generator that they've been trying to patrol because they know that they want to get it. And so they're going to go back and patrol these other gens that are in the area. We do see scratch marks leading away from it. They are trying to get some progress on it, and there is a Michaela over here. Cookie's going to go ahead and try and patrol this area, try and really zone out this Michaela to get her out, and that's a very nice... Has enough time passed? Okay, that may not have been a decisive strike, or they were working on the generator. They take the 2nd hook on the Michaela, and they're going to go back to the gen that they were working on. They see 1, 2 people. They see a Laurie Strode. They saw a Laurie Strode. They saw a Nia, which apparently is pronounced Nea. I don't really like that. But Cookie's gonna go ahead and kick the generator, gonna go check on the person that's on the hook. And right now, there's 1 person that we haven't accounted for. We know about these 2. Oh, trying to get the hit, but it's not going to work. This person must have light if they're wanting to take the window vault. I bet that person, that's what they did. And so we haven't checked on that pocket gen in a very long time, but this person is going to try and just make sure that this gen is both protected and make sure that they get another death. And the Laurie Strode came over. They were going to try and get the unhook. I bet we're gonna see an unhook in 3, 2, 1. No, we don't see it. If we see a second player, that is dead. We are now down to a 1v2 with 1 gen remaining. Oh, in which I realized what I said was kind of stupid. It was like, oh, where's this other person? Well, that other person is actually dead, so that's probably why you only see 2. There is no 3rd. Because the 3rd is dead. And so with that, Cookie's going to go ahead and take this person. He's going to put him on the hook right next to the generator that has the most progress. And they're going to put them on the hook. And with that, they're going to go ahead and start regressing the generator, and they have no reason to leave. Now, it is possible that Laurie Strode has deliverance. I am not entirely sure if they got an unhook, but if they have deliverance, this is the perfect person to be on the hook. And so Cookie's just to ensure that these survivors are not going to get this this final generator done. They're going to look to secure that as much as possible. Now, right now, if you're in the Nia, you're trying to ensure a couple of things. Either that you stay alive and hope that you get the juicy hatch play. You're trying to cleanse all the totems, because in this league, no one escapes death is allowed. And we do see a deliverance! And Cookie's just gonna go ahead and take it, and he's gonna use the Cage of Atonement, so it's gonna completely bypass the decisive strike, and it's gonna go check on these other gens, because I bet, since they were the deliverance, that this Nia was working on this gen. We knew that's what happened. The Laurie Strode said, just go do a gen, I'll hang here, I have deliverance, and then at last minute, I'll go. And so now we're in a bit of a predicament here. Now he's patrolling 2 generators. We saw scratch marks, that's not good. Right now, Cookie is going for the Nia. It's going to try and secure the 4K at 4 gens, which would be a good lead for Deadheads. Oh no! Oh no! This is very unfortunate. This is very unfortunate if you were the Lord Strode, because you do not want to be caught. And so right now, both of the people are over here, and no one is working on gens, and we know that the other 2 gens that they were putting a lot of progress into are losing their progress. And so I think Cookie's gonna do the, yep, he's doing a smart thing. He's just gonna go ahead and leave that chase, because probably one of the people went back to trying to get some gen progress, and we do know that the Laurie Strode was trying to get something to happen. And with that, this would be Death Hook. But Cookie has decided he's going to go ahead and just leave them alone, and they're going to try and get the 4K, leave them slugged. If they have Unbreakable, they have Unbreakable, but they're going to try and secure this 4K as much as possible because they know the Deliverance player is out. And Unbreakable, wow! Wow, this is really good. This was really good. And the Laurie came back to this generator to try and do something with it. Oh, and that gen had so much progress. It lost all of it. And no, we just saw the Nia. Yeah. We see the scratch marks and we see them going behind the shack. And so Cookie's going to go ahead and try and get it. They're going to try and get this fresh hook on this person. They're going to be worth the most points at the end of this game. And so they're going to continue the pursuit. Are they going to try and do an M2 flick? They are, but the prediction is not there. And so with that, Cookie's going to try and commit. He's going to try and work this area. He's going to go around, and this Nia is really taking him for a loop, and it's going to take him further deep into this pocket, and the Nia just dodged the M2. Wow, what a move. And so Cookie's going to go back into this. He's going to try and do it again. No, unable to get the prediction correct. And so here comes the Nia, going to try and do it again. They do it! They were successful! They were able to get the M2 flick perfectly! And now they're gonna go ahead and put this person on the hook. Okay, so Cookie's gonna go ahead and pick him up, they're gonna put them on the hook, and immediately they're gonna go check on their gens. They know the Deliverance player is out. They know that the Unbreakable has been used. They're gonna go check on that middle gen right there, and it is done! All 5 gens have been completed. So now this Laurie Strode is going to try and make sure that they live. They live to see the end of their days. The question is, where do they go? We know these exit spots are actually kind of nice. I wonder if the Laurie Strode worked their way around so that they could try and get the unhook. Cookie's checking a locker, not seeing anybody. Now, for those that don't know, there is a haste status effect on the right-hand side. We do know that there is a no one escapes death in this game. And so with that, there was an unhook. There was an unhook. He caught them both. And with that extra 4% speed, he's going to try and catch up to the Laurie as soon as he can. Oh, but he gets the prediction correct. And he's going to go ahead and leave him slugged. Oh, no. I think we saw the trail. We saw the trail. Cookie smells blood in the water, and he gets it. He gets the M2 hit on the Nia and gets the Cage of Atonement, completely negating a decisive strike if ever there was one. And with that, the final judgment on the Laurie Strode, and this has been a 4K. 5 gens. Beautiful work done by DH Cookie from Deadheads, making this a score of 30 points to Deadheads and 10 to Celestials after game 1. What a beautiful job was done by Cookie. Job well done. And so with that, we're going to get set up for game 2, but we will be right back. We will be right back with Game 2 between Deadheads and Celestials. We'll be right back, gamers. Ace here with the special TV offer. We're gonna present you with the Killer from Celestials going on the Groaning Storehouse, and we have with you today a Blight. We have a special Blight game on the Groaning Storehouse. Right now, the Killer is trying to find somebody. We do know that there is a corrupt intervention, and so it looks like the Blight is going to go ahead and take a look at this pocket gen, trying to hear if the gen was being worked on, and it did not look like it. But there was a notification in that deep pocket over there, so they're going to go ahead and check it out. And we do come across, we come across somebody with a balanced landing, and that would be a Felix, I believe. They're trying to go ahead and get some rushes in, and right now this is not the best spot for the Blight to be in. This little obstacle can be very difficult to handle if you're a Blight main. But we are going to go ahead and get a stun in, and we have one generator already completed. And for those that don't know, that pocket gen over there wasn't part of the corrupt. We do know that Deadlock is in play. Now Cash is injured, and so it's safe to say, because the survivors are now aware that there is a thanatophobia. Or thanatophobia? That's how you say it, right? Thanatophobia. And so with that, we do see scratch marks, and we come across a Leon, and look at this, the manipulation of the red stain, trying to get it down. And right now, this Leon is none the wiser. Now they throw the pallet, they save themselves from taking a health state, but that pallet is now gone. And so this Leon is going to go ahead and take their hit and just leave this shack area. And it looks like they're going to go back to that danger zone that the Felix had earlier. Unable to throw the pallet in time. This Blight was able to rush over there and get it just in time. And so they're going to go ahead and hook right next in the main building. This is going to be the first hook of the game. And so they're going to go ahead and break this door down, and the scratch marks have already left. And with that, those sparks indicate we do have a Pop Ghost of Weasel. So at this point, we know every perk that this Killer brought. Now, that was a very nice rush, and was able to get the hits on the Felix, and they're going to continue the pursuit. Are they going to try and take the vault? They do take the vault. I didn't hear the vault. Was that a quick and quiet? They tried to go for the hug tech, but unfortunately was not able to connect with it. And so they're going to go ahead and check just to ensure that the person on the hook goes to second stage. Right now, they need that pressure. Deadlock is almost over. They got about 2 seconds, and with that, the deadlock is now over, and they did not confirm. They did not confirm a second stage, and this Fang is trying to block, which tells me even though they took the hit from the borrowed time, most likely they do not have decisive strike, and the Leon goes down again. So I expect this Blight to immediately pick up, put them on a hook, and then be on their way. That is a second hook. And so with that, they are going to have another use of their Pop Ghost of Weasel. But oh no! Another generator has been completed. And they find the thing in this pocket gen where some progress has been made. Doesn't look like there was that much progress. And that should say something. If that gen that had X amount of progress, yeah, it didn't have that much progress to really be worried about it. So they're going to go ahead and pick up. Now that person is on death hook, which is fine. It's fine that they're on death hook. Fine. So this Blight is going to go ahead and get their second hook. They're going to get their third hook on the second survivor. And so they're going to go over to main, and they are going to find somebody trying to get a hit, but unfortunately not able to connect. So right now, this is the Ace. This Ace is going to probably throw the pallet. Yep, they did. And so they're going to be on their merry way. And so we're going to see a hug tech. Yep, we see the hug tech, but the hug tech just went wide. went wide, and so the ace is going to get out of dodge as soon as possible, going in main, which is really hard to use your rushes. Ooh, they took the vault. They're going to have to bounce off that tree and then try and come back. Yep, that's what they choose to do. They're trying to go back to the hook because they want that person to be on death hook as well. And that Fangman tried to do a quiet fall and is not able to work out. Now this Felix is here as well. They're going to probably try and make sure this person takes aggro. And they're using their rushes, trying to find somebody, but they're not able to connect. Oh, they're really messing with that FOV on the Blight. It's very crucial if you want to try and avoid some of those rush attacks. And so this killer's just gonna confirm. Oh no, the Fang has been caught out. The Fang has been caught out here behind the rocks. This killer had an inkling that this person was probably back here, and so with that, this Blight is just gonna go ahead and take their rushes and be on their merry way. Oh, they are chasing survivors off of hooks, doing hug techs, trying to get a hit. Not able to connect this time, but there is some really good pressure. Ooh, this gen has a lot of progress on it too. That is very worrisome. 4 generators have been completed. No one has been eliminated. Ooh, trying to do a hug tech on that corner. Just unable to connect and trying to get another hug tech there. Unfortunately, not able to make it happen. This is what we're going to see. It's going to be really close. Is Pop still going to be active? No! It's not going to be active. It just ran out of time. Oh, and this Felix wanted to ensure that they could keep that progress on there as much as they can, and they're going to take chase into main building. And so they're already pre-throwing these pallets, and they're going to go back to the generator because they know people are going to want to come back there. It's got the most progress, and they got to hope. Yep, they had to hope that they were going to get it down. So they're going to go ahead and take this Felix. They're going to put them on the hook and immediately rush to that hill generator as it's almost completed. I wouldn't be surprised if there were 2 people working on that generator right now. Yeah, you could tell there is a sense of urgency. Oh, they're not here. Oh, this is bad. That was about 85-90%, and it just lost 25% thanks to Pop Goes the Weasel. Are they putting pressure on other generators? They are. We see the scratch marks coming in from the Leon. They're going to take the hit and they're going to go to Shaq. The question is, what are they going to do? We do see scratch marks. They're probably going back to save this hill gen, and they're going to try and see who was over here. And they find the Fang, but they're not able to get the M1, but they do get it there, which is good. So they're going to go ahead and be on their merry way, and they're going to take the vault. Oh, and they were able to go ahead and get the save. Oh, unfortunately, that was 3 rushes. Oh, no, we get the down. There's a lot of pressure. Everybody is injured against the Blight. This is not good news if you are the survivors. We're going to go ahead and pick up here. And this Felix decided, you know what? I don't want to be here anymore. I think I'm just going to leave. Oh, this gen was 99, and they're going to pop it. These pops have come at the most opportune times. But it doesn't matter anyway. The final generator did get completed. At least the person that's on the hook is a fresh hook. So that's good enough. They could camp it out, get to 8 stage 1K to salvage as much as they can. But this Blades decided, you know what? I'm just gonna look around, see where people are at. He sees scratch marks over by the exit gate. He knows someone is here, and unable to connect on the Felix. The Felix is the one that's over here. And so with that, the person that's on the hook right now, they are so close to being on second stage. And so they're going to continue to pressure this exit gate so that they can try and go for them 4-man out. Oh, that was the tail end of that rush attack, which is why it looks so close. They were able to open the other exit gate, but unfortunately, I think this could result in a 2K because this Felix did get caught out. And with that, we do see somebody that is in second stage, and Cash goes down. They're probably going to take a 2 out here. And so they're going to go ahead and put the Felix on the hook. That's their second hook, and I bet I would rush. Yep, we do see somebody over here. This team is greeting. Oh, yeah, this team is definitely greeting. They wanted to get a 3 out as much as they can. But, oh my god! The fourth person that we had unaccounted for went and got the unhook. Everybody is injured. Nobody can take a protection hit. And so right now, this killer's going to go ahead and try and zone him and hopefully take him out through the endgame collapse. Oh, look at that. The telegraphing of the decisive strike on the Felix. I bet he leaves him slug there. And so he's going to check on that exit gate. Nobody is there. People are starting to reset. The Ace has reset. I bet you the Fang is going to be reset in the next 3 seconds. And possibly the Leon as well. They have to be resetting if they're going to try and get this 4 out. The Leon has been reset. Now it's Fang's turn. And we are getting a lot of camping just to ensure that nobody can get this Felix. This killer wants the Felix dead. Everybody is on death hook. We have 8 hooks, no deaths. It cannot be any more exciting. The death hook is worth the most points for the killer. First hook is second hook is 2, third hook is 3. You want to hope that, yep, decisive strike is not a thing. They're going to go ahead and take this hook. Oh no, the Ace took a protection hit. That's not going to do much. They're going to go ahead and get the hook anyway. And with that, we are going to see the Blight leave the area because there's only one person there. Oh no, the Fang is right behind. That's going to be really good, and they are going to get the 3 out. Wow! What an exciting end game collapse. And the killer did bring double rush add-ons, which is pretty common. But what we just saw was some beautiful teamwork. And with that, let me see, 2, 4, 8, 12, 16, 19. I think off the top of my head, 19 points to the killer, and for the survivors, 13 points. If my math is correct, but we're going to go ahead and get set up for game 3 of Deadheads versus Celestials. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, we are back with game 3 between Deadheads and Celestials. Right now, the current score, I believe, is 43 points to 29 in favor of Deadheads. And we are seeing an Oni. Now, we do know that there is a corrupt intervention, but we get a first hit so early in this game. This is very bad news. If you're a Deadheads, you do not want to give up a hit this early in the game. And so it looks like they are going to be in a chase, and they're pre-throwing that pallet, but unfortunately, it's wrong times to be pre-throwing it, but you're prolonging this chase, and we love that. We want you to prolong the chase as much as we can, and so they're just ringing around the rosy, Popsicle Posies, ashes. Hopefully for the Oni, all of these survivors go down. Oh, trying to get the hit, but look at all of this blood that is being left. So right now, this ace is going to take the vault, but was just falling behind, and they are already in their power at 5 gens. Corrupt Intervention is still up. Oh, this is not good. Look at the mind games that is trying to be established here by the Oni. Someone is on a gen in this general area, and it looks like that person may have dipped. So this killer is just going to go ahead and try and find somebody else, and they're not finding anybody. They're going to go check in the corrupted gens. Maybe they do see some scratch marks in the area. They may pursue. They're not pursuing. Oh no, someone did come back to the generator, but who did that? We don't see any blood, so we are pretty sure it's not the ace. And right now, if you're the survivors, you gotta be feeling good. The corrupt intervention is gone at this current time. Because right now, you've gone so far into Oni's power without taking a hit, but the Oni is now out of his power. He did get one down, but if you guys remember, there is a huge pool over on the other side. So most likely that Oni's gonna go collect his blood, and if they find somebody else, they're gonna do it again. And it looks like this killer is gonna go ahead and go to this generator, give it a nice little kick. With the sparks, we do know that is Pop Goes the Weasel, so we're aware of Corrupt Intervention and Pop Goes the Weasel, and we do see a lot of blood over here. So it looks like our ace friend was over in this general area. There are certain generators going. It doesn't have that much progress. Look at all of this blood that's being collected. He's already got his power again. This gen has a lot of progress on it. Who's over here? Who's trying to hide from the Oni-wonas? I'm not saying that. I'm too old for that shit. And so we're gonna go ahead and pop the power, use the Demon Dash. We see a Leon over here, and they are gonna go down. For Deadheads, you did not want to see that just this early, so I think this is a good move. Go ahead and hook. You are going to have Pop Goes the Weasel. Get that gen that's about 75-80% done, and go ahead and pop it so that I can continue to regress and hopefully get out altogether. So that gen has lost 25% of its progress. They're going to collect some more blood. They're close. And now they've got their power for a third time with 5 gens remaining. We've got 2 hooks. Now the gen has been completed. And it looks like the Oni's going to go investigate. And I'm not seeing any gens that are taken by the entity. So it's pretty safe to say... It's pretty safe to say that there is no deadlock, and the ace decided to not give any more blood. They're just going to go ahead and get on the walker. Now, they do get on their second hook, but there's so much blood here. Did it really matter if they went into the locker or not? They have 3 hooks, 4 gens. They're going to go back to that gen. Oh, trying to get the flick on the Leon, but is unable to connect. Yep, we anticipate that. Oh, doing the double vault and just unable to connect on the Demon Dash. Now they are going to go ahead and throw a pallet, you know, try and preserve that health state because you know these one-shot downs are going to be terrible. Look at that beautiful mind game coming in by the Oni. Now 2 gens have popped. This is going to be hook number 4 with 3 gens, a very good ratio of 2 hooks, 1 gen. We have an unhook coming in on the Ace. Now this Leon is on their second hook. Look at all of this blood. Now they're back into their power. There's a reason why we have to do the reset. You have to reset against the Oni. If you're not doing that, you are feeding him his power, and he's gotten this power 4 times, and against a good Oni, this is dangerous. They're gonna go ahead and take the hit, and they're gonna slug. They're gonna go back to patrolling gens, most likely. They're going to try and get some use out of their Pop Goes the Weasel, I'm pretty sure of it. They're going to go to that very corner, and they know that this one had a lot of progress on it. And so they're going to go ahead and continue and just ensure that this person is death hooked. They are dead. And there they go. Now on this second map, well, all this Oni is going to go and check for other survivors. We are on Shelter Woods. It's a Celestial's temporary map, as their current map is disabled by Dead by Daylight. And so with that, we have this person here that is gonna be on their second hook. Look at all of this blood that they're collecting. Now, I bet if you're the Ace, I bet the reason why the Ace hasn't been healing is because they have resilience, and they want to get some resilience value as much as they can. Which I can understand, but also you're feeding into his power and giving it to him as fast as possible. You know, this Oni has done an incredible job taking out the survivors one at a time. They're going to go ahead and pop their power. They're going to ensure that this person is dead. I think I saw scratch marks about 10 seconds ago over on the left-hand side, but I could be wrong. And so this killer is going to go ahead and leave, and it looks like they're going to try and come back, maybe try and catch somebody off guard going for the unhook, but they're not going to find anybody at this moment. And so with that, they're just kind of hanging around the area. They're going to ensure that this person is dead, and even though that person dies, we had a 4 generator pop off, and so this owner's going to go over to the gen that just got completed. They're going to go and try and get the shot down, and they come across the Ace, and the Ace is down. They're going to leave them slugged. They want the 4K. They want the 4K, the 4K-man gamers. They're going to go patrol the other gens that they haven't seen in a while, and they are out of their power. Now, there is a decent amount of gen progress in a couple of different places, so the Oni does have that information in mind, and so he's trying to find the Fangmen. Doesn't quite know where they are, or the Fangman is doing some really good hiding. I bet that the Fang is trying to go over and get the pickup, or they're going to try and make sure that they stay to live until the end of the game. Now they're probably going to go ahead and pick up all of this blood over here that was left here by the Ace. They're going to go ahead and leave them slugged, and they're going to try and find the Fang. Now, we haven't seen if anyone is on that gen in the far corner in a while. So it looks like the Oni is going to try and go to this gen that they knew that there was some progress on. It doesn't seem like there was any additional progress. So with the Demon Dasher, going to go back, and maybe the survivor is kind of near. And that one doesn't look like it had additional progress. The only gen that they haven't checked on in a while is that one right next to Shaq. So they're going to go ahead and give it a look. No progress. So it looks like this Fang is most likely waiting out the power just to ensure that all of the blood orbs all of the resources have been dealt with. Now, this survivor that's on the ground, they have about 2 more minutes left to bleed out until the killer no longer gets any points. So they're going to try and find some more blood. Try and find some more blood because they need those blood orbs in order to get their power, and they just haven't come across any yet. You know, they do see a little bit over here that was left over from before, so they're going to try and collect on it as much as they can. Now, it looks like the game plan for Deadheads, the Ace did get up, they were picked up by the Fang. I do not know why the Fang just decided to stay in there. But the Fang is going to go ahead and leave, and they're going to head over to Shack. I don't think they do make the pallet in time. So they're going to go ahead and throw the pallet. It's going to be taken out of the equation. And with that, the Ace is already healed up. Did Ace have the med kit? Actually, I have no idea who had the make it, but the Fang is still here, and I think it's a fresh hook. Oh, they were unable to connect, but they do get the blood orbs. They have enough of their power, and they're going to continue the chase. Oh, but we're not... Important point of order. We're not seeing any blood or scratch marks. We are hearing them. We have a lucky break. Man, what a lucky break for that survivor, huh? And so with that, the Oni is going to go ahead and try and find the survivors. They see the scratch marks and they get the down. They are going to go ahead and get the pickup on the Ace. Now, I do not know if someone had Unbreakable. The one thing I do know is that if the Fang did have it, it probably would have procced, and the Fang's just going to escort themselves down into the basement, and we're gonna see a bunch of nodders by the killer. This is a fresh hook. Now, is there a deliverance in play? Is this a deliverance gamer? Now that person is dead. The Fang does not have it. They're trying to copy. And they are going to be unable to get it. So that is going to be a 4K with 1 gen remaining. This round is going to go to Celestials with the 30-point to 8-point difference between the two. One exciting comeback that we're seeing by Celestials. This is going to go down to the 4th game. This is going to go down to game 4. A job well done to Celestials. This is incredibly close. It is anybody's game. One thing that we didn't see the No Way Out because we never got to the end, and we also never saw NOED. Those were the other two perks that we didn't see. So with that, we have one more game between Deadheads and Celestials. So we're gonna go get set up for game 4. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere, gamers. And welcome back. Now, I do have some unfortunate news for Deadheads. The killer for Deadheads did bring us to the wrong map initially, and so they were given a 2-point penalty, and so the trial had to be restarted. Now, when these penalties happen, very nice stun coming in by the lorry, so they're going to go ahead and get that. Now, the survivors, because of how our penalties work, the survivors can change their builds, the killer cannot, and on top of that, the survivors know what the builds are. So right now, there are no secrets because of this penalty. What we know is Cash is running Corrupt Intervention, and I'll save the others as they come up. But just be aware, all of the survivors are aware as to what these perks are and what the add-ons are. So they have the opportunity to change their build, and look at that, they're pre-throwing these pallets because they know that they knew that they were going against the Oni, and they're just getting rid of everything. They're wanting to delay that first hit as much as possible. And so they're gonna go check on this generator that has a good amount of progress. I'm gonna say about 75%. Yeah, about 75% of progress. And so we're going to go ahead and continue forward, trying to find somebody else on the gen. We do hear that gen being worked on, and so they're going to try and take the chase with the Michaela, but unfortunately, this Michaela they just knew what this Oni was up to, and they're going to go ahead and give them their first hit. Corrupt Intervention is about to be over, but they are going to get their first hit, and they are going to go to that gen that had about 75% progress to see if somebody else came to it. Somebody did come over here, and there is a gen that has already been completed. That gen has been deadlocked, in which we saw the very tail end, and you just saw it right there. Corrupt Intervention is gone, and so Cash is in a hurry. He wants to get this down as fast as possible. Oh. And as fast as possible, he goes. And so with that, they are going to get a hook, but yeah, I was about to say why he's passing by a hook, but he may not have seen it right away. But he does have his power once again, so if he wants to activate it, he could. He's going to go check on the gen that had about 75% progress, and it has been completed by the Nancy, and it looks like we are going to get ourselves some very juicy flicks coming in with the Demon Dash. Is going to get the Nancy down, but is going to elect to slug. Going to select a slug. It's going to go over to the unhook, and they're going to try and put some pressure on that unhook, try and get the downs. Is this a decisive strike? Are they going to eat a decisive strike here at 3 gens? They are. The Nia had the decisive strike, and they are going to leave. So with that, I think they're going to go back down to the person that is already down. They just got picked up, which is very unfortunate. But they're going to head over there because they had some decent pressure. They got 4 people off of generators. Nobody was working on their objective during that time, because you had one person doing an unhook, and then you had another person trying to do the pickup on someone that probably could have done it by themselves if they had Unbreakable. So I bet the Nancy doesn't have Unbreakable. Yeah, the Cash needed to just go ahead and break that. And look at all of this blood. They're going to collect. Oh, they are so close. They are so close to having the power. Everybody is healed. There's only one hook so far. Yeah, the Nancy had the med kit. They are going to get the head. They are going to pre-throw the pallet. Now this killer knows there is no more decisive strike. So he is in the clear to go ahead and tunnel if he chose to. And so right now we're getting some really good loops coming in, and I believe that was a light from the Nancy in order to get as much distance as possible. And so Cash has decided they're just going to go ahead. They're going to go ahead and pop their power, go to gens, try and catch people out of position to try and get some downs. And they are finding people. Look at that. Beautiful. Now 3 gens are done. They're going to go ahead and leave them slow. They're really trying to go for 2-2 pressure, much like you would with twins. But unfortunately, they're just getting caught in a couple of obstacles. Every Oni main has been there before. You know, they've been there. They feel your pain. But right now, they're just going back. I think they're going to just be content, secure the hook. This will be 1 hook, or 2 hooks, 3 gens. And I think they're going to tap this gen. Yep. There is no pop goes the weasel, so they don't have to worry about that. So Cash is just desperately trying to find somebody, but also secure a second stage. They know that this is going to be incredibly difficult. And so they're going to go ahead and just camp this out, try and camp him all the way to death. Meanwhile, okay, he's decided to leave. They're going to try and get somebody else. And I think that's a very smart decision, because these survivors, with beyond a shadow of a doubt, are working on gens. They know the strat. They know what they need to do. Oh, almost able to connect with the clicks, but unable to make the flick happen, which is a-okay. There are other survivors that have to be going for this. Oh, very nice. So with that, we do know that there is a no one escapes death. And with that hit, I believe, because there is a haste status effect, we are fully aware that there is a no one escapes death. And so with that, this Mikaela is really trying to go the distance, trying to ensure that their teammates are going to be a-okay. And there was a no way out that was procced. It's just so that you guys are aware, there was a no way out that was procced. So this killer's just going to go ahead and take their hook. And the other person did come up, and the no one escapes death has been cleansed. Somehow, this killer really needs to find a way to get a 4K. If he doesn't get a 4K, this game is over, and Celestials will come back from a deficit after the first 2 games to take the victory. So right now, what the killer is electing to do is just to go ahead, collect their blood. They're going to activate. Yep. They activated their ability. They're going to go to the exit gate that is really far away. Oh, trying to get the flank on the Nancy. That's 1 that's escaped, 2 that's escaped. And it doesn't matter how many people escape, because with that, we are going to see Celestials taking the victory. Congratulations to Celestials. They are going to be taking the victory. They had a pretty good, they had about an 8-point lead before going into it. Then with the penalty became a 10. And so the killer really did need a 4K in order to secure the win. But unfortunately, that was not the case today. This is a fresh out. This is going to be a 1K 6 stage, which we know that's going to be 7, 9, 11, 13 points for the killer. 13 points for the killer, and I think 16 points for the survivors. And with that, congratulations to Celestials, who will be taking the victory today. And with that, the final score, as far as I can see, is Deadheads with 62 points to Celestials 75. What an incredible game. What an incredible game that we just witnessed. This was a very tight and close series between both of these seasoned teams. Congratulations. Come out of this with your head held high. You both did a fantastic job. Now, with that in mind, we are going to be ending the stream. Now, stick around. We do have a game at about 9 o'clock. At about 9 o'clock. I'm just going to go ahead and confirm with my handy dandy notes that we have a game at 9 o'clock today, in which we do. So At 9 o'clock today, we are going to have Asphyxia versus Alter at 9 p.m. EST tonight. Your casters for that are going to be Arrow and Fruit Cup. And with that, I am your host, Travesty On Demand, where all of the moves I make in my games are quite the travesty. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. I will see you gamers at 9 p.m. Take care.